involved in working several rows of this because I need to start working on the other stuff I'm trying to finish up. So here's what we have.
Listen to me, like I do this all the time.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. This week's video, I will be updating you on my progress for the Crochet Challenge Warm Up America blanket. I had to figure out like how often I needed to crochet in order to have the blanket completed in time. So in last week's video, I talked about that a little bit because I don't want this project to take over or take priority over what I'm already working on and trying to get done. So I needed to sit down and figure out how many rows or squares or whatever I needed to work on every day or once throughout the week in order to stay on track to have this blanket done by the deadline of April 14th. So once I sat down and figured it out, turns out I only need to do one row a day, which is quite simple. Sometimes I want to do more, and I will do more sometimes just because I don't know if I'm not going to feel well the next day or if something's going to be going on or I'm not going to feel like working on it. So sometimes I will get ahead of myself like I did this past week, and I'm glad I did because again, my body was not cooperating every day this week, which as well, now I'm not feeling the greatest. I haven't been for a couple of days. I'm a bit sore, so I'm trying not to move as much to have myself experience the pain that I have been feeling. So I just wanted to pop on and record this quick video so that I can go back and lie down. All right, so in this blanket, the pattern called for, it's entrelac, but the pattern called for not working in rows like most entrelac that's corner to corner. Like every row you start over. Let me see if I can just show you what I mean. Okay. So this is a row. These little stair steps. That's a row. So you just go from one end to the next in a diagonal. And that consists of a row. And once you get to the end of that row, you cut your yarn and you start back at the bottom and you go back up to the top. But in this particular pattern, she has it, I think it's called working in the round. And it was a bit confusing for me. I tried to follow the pattern where when you get to the top here, instead of cutting your yarn, she have you chain 7 and turn your work. So you're working on the opposite side, which is, I think this stitch is called garter stitch. But you're working on the opposite side coming back down, and then you flip your work and you're working on what most of us call the right side when you're doing Tunisian simple stitch. And that was confusing me. Like first I didn't know that that's what was happening, but I just couldn't understand why I could not grasp the pattern. And then I realized we were working on the opposite side, which looks like the wrong side. And then I made a decision because anytime I use a pattern, I very rarely follow that pattern completely. I always have my own personal style, my own personal preferences. And so I didn't personally like the way it looked, like having one row looking like, I guess that's garter stitch. I'll look it up. And if it's not garter stitch, I'll put it in the editing. But I didn't like that. I want my entire blanket on one side to look like Tunisian simple stitch, and then when you flip it over to the wrong side, I wanted all the stitches uniform. So I decided to do mine a bit different, than just a little different. From far away, you can't tell the difference. And again, it's for charity, and I'm going to make a beautiful blanket, and I think whoever gets it is going to love it. But I like the look better, so I just did the traditional corner to corner entrelac, where every row, now I don't like weaving it ends, but I like the look enough to put up with it. So every row, when I get to the top, I cut the yarn, and then I attach new yarn or the same color. It doesn't matter. And I start over again from the bottom. That worked best for me. I like the look of it better, and it was less confusing because when I first started, I think I had to frog the, which simply means rip it out. It's called ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. So we call it frogging. But I had to frog the project a few times, and it was getting frustrating. And I thought, I'm not getting ready to add stress to my life. Like, I'm going to have to figure out how to make this less stressful. And when I realized what was happening with the pattern, that it was like flipping it from the back side to the front side to the back side, and I didn't like that look, it worked better for me. So I just went ahead and made a decision to do mine, cut the yarn after every row and start from the bottom and go to the top each time. And I like this look better, and it was easier for me, and it made it more enjoyable for me to work on, which was important for me. So let me show you. Sorry for touching my face. I was itching. But let me show you what I have so far. And what I figured out is that I only have to do one row a day, meaning go from the bottom and to the top, and that's it for today. I only have to do one row a day, and I'll be done with the blocks part of it a few days before the deadline, and then I'll have time to add the border on it. So I'll actually finish a little early, and then, like I said, I'll have time to put a border on it. I was browsing the group. There's a some people who were doing this as well, doing this technique, and man, they were already finished. But it's fine because I'm not in a race, and I got other stuff to do. And they were looking to make more than one. So that's why they were completing theirs fast, because you really can complete this in like a week or two. It's not a hard pattern once you understand the rhythm of it, and it works up quickly. So sometimes I have to stop myself and say, nope, I can't get involved in working several rows of this because I need to start working on the other stuff I'm trying to finish up. So here's what we have. I don't know. I'm just trying to lift my hands without being in pain. My back hurts a lot. And if I can't, then I will take a photo of this and then insert it in there. So, oh, I added the brown, as you can see, just a little bit. And it has that signature Tunisian curl at the bottom. But I got a good bit done, I think. Let me count how many blocks I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I've done 16 blocks. It goes up to 21 blocks before you start the decrease. So I'll be decreasing sometime this week. Yeah, because I'm going to do a row a day. So I'll do a row today and another on Monday, whatever. Okay, so yep, this is what I have so far. And I really like how it looks. Adding just that little pop of brown in there breaks it up a little bit, makes it look a little classy. I like this. It looks like argyle. And I used to love to buy argyle socks for my son. I think it makes you look so dapper. But anyway, so I like the look of this pattern. And this is what I have so far. Comment and let me know. Are you working? Are you participating in this challenge? It's called the Crochet Challenge Warm Up America. If you are, I'd love to hear how things are going with you. Are you going to stretch your time out over the entire, month, a little over a month? And or are you trying to finish as soon as possible and work on a second one? And what colors are you using? I'd love to see what colors you guys are using. Again, I told in last week's video the reason why I chose the colors that I have in my blanket. So if you did not watch that video, I will pop it in there. It's called Joanne's is Closing, and I've started a new challenge. So I introduced the warm up America challenge that I'm doing in that video and showed my progress from last week. So every week I will be updating on how the blanket is growing. Comment, let me know your thoughts. Do you like the way it's progressing, or do you have any thoughts on it? I'm really enjoying it. But again, I have to just force myself to just stick with 1 row a day, or 7 rows for the week, so that I can pace myself with this and work on the other things that I'm trying to get done. I'm trying to work on some stuff for spring, and I realized I got in this collab. I'll tell you more about like next week, because I think the first day of spring is coming up on Thursday, so I gotta get busy. I haven't finished the stuff that I'm working on for spring, so I really need to put this blanket away and get going. But like I said, I was down a few and still am a little bit, but I can lay on my back and crochet a good bit. So anyway, it's already more time than I expected to be on here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me if you're working on this challenge or any other challenge. Tell me what colors you're using if you are joining this challenge, and anything else you'd like to comment. And I'll see you next week. Oh, I've skipped a few shorts this week because I wasn't feeling well. So that's probably why, if anybody noticed that I didn't post, like I think 2 days past week. Hopefully I will stay on track with posting, praying that I feel better. But I will chat with you guys next week. Have a great week, and see you next week. Bye. So this is what I have so far. Yep, there you go.